What's up, Dill? I'll wait for a few more people to jump in. It's a bit windy out right now. Started picking up as soon as I got here. We're at the Railroad Park here on Railroad Avenue. In my hometown of Willcox. Just waiting for a few more people to jump in here. Um, Checked out a book from the library. It was a little history about Willcox. Um, these people here, these are all local residents. Hey, Cheryl, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. So we got three people in, three thumbs up. Thank you guys. That's, this is the book that I checked out from the library. I had one of these books, but it got thrown away on accident, which shows some of the history of Wilcox, which I will be sharing with you guys. I won't go through the whole thing. I'm just gonna go maybe through one chapter, maybe just a little insight on some of the buildings around here and people. Hey, Venechi, Chacho, welcome in, man. Appreciate you jumping in, bro. This is where I'm at, right here. In southeastern Arizona, where you have Cochise, um, Sunsites, Tombstone, and they did sign the they actually signed the book. Okay. Um, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. If we get any more people in chat, I'll have to just give them a little refresher on what it's about. But we'll start with the introduction, and then we'll do the first chapter, which is a new town on the tracks. This has about 10 chapters in there. We'll start with the introduction, guys. Um, okay. Um, drop some more metal, bro, when you get the chance. All right. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out, bro. Always like watching some of your videos, man. Some of the videos I've never even heard of, or some of the artists too, man. It's pretty cool. All right. Um, if you guys want to, you guys can drop some links as soon as we get some more people in. Hey Ben, welcome in. Just doing a little history lesson, in the town of Willcox. I wasn't very informative when I was showing you guys some of these buildings around here, but this book will definitely give some insight on some of these buildings around here, especially where I'm at. This is the historic part right here. And right behind me, we have the Union Pacific Railroad. All right. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and read some of the introduction. I'll try to make it as quick as possible. Then we'll get into the first chapter. I'll show you some pictures and read some of the literature inside of it. So let me get right into it. All right. It says, before Willcox was born, the Sulphur Springs Valley was home to the Apache Indians. After years of conflict, the Chiricahua Indian Reservation, which included the Willcox area, was established with Tom Jeffords as agent. The famous chief Joseph died in 1874. In 1876, the reservation was returned to public domain, and the Chiricahua moved to the San Carlos Indian Reservation. Hostilities with the Apaches continued until 1886, when Geronimo surrendered. As the Southern Pacific Railroad made its way across the West, tent cities were put up along the route for the crews building the tracks. Willcox, Arizona started just that way, with tents for the laborers, who were mostly Chinese. So we have a lot of culture here. W. Moriarty stopped here in 1877 and became part of the grading contractors. His crew called it Sourdough Camp. It was later named Maley after Robert and James Maley, who owned the land for the railroad right-of-way. A post office was established for the town of Maley on September 30th or September 13th, 1880. I believe. Wait, I think they made an error there. The town of Maley. I think they were supposed to put Willcox there, but I'm not sure. What's up, Mexican long hair? Appreciate you dropping in, man. I'm just dropping a little history on Willcox. It's my hometown, man. Not a very big town, but yeah, I like it. Orale, McDonald! What's up? Good to see you, man. Yeah, hopefully it's not too long, man. It's alright. Got my cord plugged into my phone, so I'm good. We'll let you guys check out the train graffiti for a minute. Alright, Emily. I'll be here. Yeah, McDonald, they have actual Wi-Fi here that I didn't even know about, so that's actually pretty cool. They have 4 different light poles with the Wi-Fi modems on them. As long as we thought it was. Alright, guys, let's get back into it. W. Moriarty stopped here in 1877 and became part of the grading contractors. His crew called it Sourdough Camp. It was later named Maley after Robert and James Maley, who owned the land for the railroad right-of-way. Post office was established for the town of Maley on September 13th, 1880, with John F. Roll as postmaster. The first train arrived in August 1880. On board was General Orlando B. Willcox, well respected for his military operations in the Civil War and the Indian Wars. Legend has it that the people wanted the train to stop here so they could meet the general, and the crowd began shouting, "Willcox, Willcox, Willcox." The next day, a reporter of a Tucson newspaper wrote that there was a new town named Willcox. However, in the Arizona Weekly Star of September 9th, 1880, it states, Sulphur Springs Valley, situated between Benson and San Simon, will probably become quite a business point. It will be the depot for Fort Grant and Bowie, and the distributing point for the entire valley in which it is situated. Large warehouses will be erected by the government and private companies, and altogether, Sulphur Springs Valley was a prosperous future in view. The SPRR company has named the new station Willcox. The post office was changed to Willcox on October 19th, 1880. The mistaken spelling was corrected to Willcox on November 23rd, 1889. The first child born here was the son of Anthony and Mary Powers, who owned the Arizona Hotel, the first hotel in Willcox. General Willcox presented a silver cup with the general's initials to the boy, and he was named Willcox Powers. It's pretty cool. Um, the Redwood Depot was built in 1881. It was the last of the Southern Pacific depots built between 1879 and 1881 to remain standing. It was restored and became City Hall in 1998. Following the depot, adobe and frame business buildings and houses were quickly constructed. Application for a town site was filed October 1st, 1881. Residents could then apply for legal title to the lots on which they had built their homes and businesses. Um, the price per lot was between $5 and $30, depending on the extent of improvement. Lots were set aside for public squares, schools, churches, and cemetery divided into Protestant and Catholic areas. There's still a little bit more, but the merchants did extremely well in Willcox with their lumber stores and general merchandise. Many of them expanded to branch stores in surrounding towns. Oysters shipped on ice would often be served at social events. This was also the rough element that frequented the saloons and red light district. And many a man's life was cut short by a bullet. For many years, Willcox shipped more cattle than the open range than anywhere in the United States. In the 6 month period from January to June 1896, approximately 25,000 head of cattle were shipped from here by rail. In 1893, an experimental farm was started in Willcox. Planted were 300 fruit trees, fruits and berries, 2 acres of potatoes, wheat, barley, and onions. Hey, welcome in, Big Tim. This began an agriculture movement into the surrounding area. Barbed wires started breaking up the huge ranches as homesteaders moved in. Agriculture has since played a huge part in sustaining the Willcox economy. In 1915, Willcox Incorporated, a mayor and city council were elected, and the first ordinances were passed. A new pride was felt in the community. Several new businesses were established up through the early 1920s. Then the Depression and a severe drought caused many businesses to file bankruptcy in 1939. Willcox finally began to grow again, just like it's doing now, man. I see a lot of buildings, a lot of businesses popping up here, man. It's pretty cool, man, to see other businesses popping up. Since the 1950s, the town has continued to grow and prosper. In 1969, downtown Willcox suffered a severe blow when Interstate 10 routed the traffic around the town. Not to be discouraged, the townspeople have preserved the original buildings with businesses and museums occupying this historic area. A new business center has developed near the interstate. Willcox has gone from a 1 stoplight town to 5 stoplights, from a 5 and dime store to shopping centers and truck stops. Our town population has now reached 3,885, and our service area is 15,000, which I was roughly, you know, when I said yesterday about over 3,000. Yeah, that's quite a lot, man. I'm gonna show you guys some pictures. Right here, we have General Orlando B. Willcox. Which is the town's namesake. Department of Arizona from February 18. The town's namesake, General Orlando B. Willcox, commander of the Department of Arizona from February 1878 to September 1882. He martyred the American Indian and sought a peaceful approach to problems at the reservation. The Apaches were close to starving and continuing to escape. His swift reaction outbreaks made it possible for 576 miles of railroad to be peacefully laid and for rich mining areas to be peacefully developed. Yeah, McDonald, this is Willcox, man. Yeah. I wasn't too sure if the library had this book, but I had one just like it, and it ended up getting tossed in the garbage, so luckily the library here had it. And okay, this right here, this is the Willcox Motel on Railroad Avenue, which is where I'm at right now. I'm not sure exactly where. Willcox Hotel on Railroad Avenue from Pachuca. The military contributed greatly to the economy of the region, providing a very important role in protecting the settlers, allowing the area to grow and prosper during the time of the Apache. And this here is Geronimo, a warrior, medicine man, and leader of the renegade Apaches. Roamed and raided throughout southeast Arizona until he and his tribe surrendered in September 1886. Stories say he bought sugar and 1 pound packages at the North Morgan Commercial, which is just a couple of steps away to my right here. Let me show you guys. I don't want the building right on the corner there. That's where you get his sugar. Now that's where they do wine tasting now. But yeah, man. Um, this is actually pretty cool. This part here. It says from left to right, Laura Parks, Adelina Soto, and Harry Parks are standing on the train. Very few photographs, okay? Very few photographs of early Willcox would exist if not for Harry Parks and his camera. So that is pretty cool, man. To have a camera back then, man, that was amazing. So yeah, man, this was one of the very first pictures, man. Yeah, very few photos, man, of Willcox would exist if not for Harry Parks and his camera. So what a difference a camera makes, guys. And here we go. This is where I'm at right now. The main street of Willcox was photographed facing north on Railroad Avenue in 1890, which is, I don't want to turn it that way because we have kids in the park here, but which is to my right here, in front of me. The Willcox Hotel is on the left, which is right here. And the Southern Pacific Depot is on the right, which is, I'll show you guys where the depot is at, which is this building right here. All right. And here we are again, man. This is the commercial, which is just right down the street here, just right on the corner. This is facing south from the other end of Railroad Avenue, the Norton Morgan Commercial Company. Let me move my ass over here, shit, so I can show you guys, man. The businesses are all on the west side of the street looking south. Other businesses included Soto Brothers, saloons, a meat market, and hotels. Which this is all the buildings here. Coming down from the commercial here. Which is, pretty rich history here, man. I'm glad they had this book at the library, because if not, I wouldn't be able to share none of this with you guys. But I'm going to turn this around. Okay. Okay. Hey, anytime, Vinetti, man. This is gonna be I'm gonna have this book for a few weeks, so I'm gonna be able to share everything with you guys. I'm not gonna do it all in one whack here, but just gonna show you guys. You know, we are a cattle town here. Joe Busenberg, Bark, a carpenter and teamster, and his son Charles are walking alongside the bull team used to transport supplies to the San Carlos Reservation. This photograph was taken near Fort Thomas on the return trip to Willcox in 1882. Instead of riding in a saddle, bull whackers, as men who drove ox teams were called, trudged along on foot and using an ox goad to keep the animals moving. Hey, I appreciate that, McDonald. I appreciate that, man. Actually, it's not erased. It's still here, man. It's right here in this book. Just a lot of people don't know about this book. But an an early postcard shows George Bedoya left next to his father Marcos and Andrew Alvarez Wright the whole mesquite wood from Gus Moore's ranch into Willcox. They led burros named the burros. The lead burros names are Blue and Pardo, and those behind the Capecito and Tordillos. William M. Downing's sawmill in the Cherrick House supplied most of the wood for the area. It's getting kind of windy. There's a lot of history here, guys. Hey, appreciate it, McDonald. I appreciate that always, man. Yeah, man, it's good to know, all this stuff about our town and stuff, and with me, I didn't really know a whole lot, just what some of these buildings were, but this book really helped. Um, Here we go. Um, the majority of businesses were located on blocks 30 and 31 on Railroad Avenue and one block of Maley Street, which divided the two blocks. At left is the depot right here, which is to my left, right across the street are the Nicholson House and Dr. Wilson's office, the Willcox Hotel, and the Royal Cafe. The old Masonic building is on the corner with the Palace Hotel down the street on Maley. Look at this, guys. This is the way they had everything. All the houses when people would make their houses and stuff on lots. This is how they numbered them off. You have Grant Street. These are all the streets here, man. You got Grant, you got Maley, you got Stewart, Delos, Fremont, Haskell, Curtis. Right here is where I'm at right now. And here's the railroad right behind me and the depot. So, this is pretty cool, man. I like the way they laid this out. And right here on the opposite corner is the old headquarters saloon building. The tall white building is the Willcox Bank and Trust, and at the end is the Norton Morgan Commercial Store. gonna just make it a little brief and short. Just stick to the facts, maybe. Or you guys can go back and check it out if you want to. It's the Willcox Hotel. Second building constructed in Willcox after the depot was located across the street from the depot. Built in 1881 by James Campbell, it burned in 1885 and was rebuilt in 1886 by Mr. and Mrs. McNulty. W.R. McComb was owner in 1900, and Johnny Boyette took 2 guns from behind the counter to kill Warren Earp. Renamed the Duncan Hotel in 1941, it was torn down in 1976. And this here, I'm not sure exactly where this was at. It's on the corner of Railroad Avenue and Maley. It was the home of Willcox Lodge. That's actually where the Big Tex Barbecue is at right now. But that was the Willcox Hotel. George R. King served as postmaster from October 2nd to August 21st, when the post office was located in the King Building between Maley and Stewart Streets, as indicated by this 1891 invoice. To augment it to his salary, George was awarded the county contract in 1894 to bury the indigent dead at $18 each. Hey, all right, Big Tim, I'll still be here, man. All right, guys, right here we have Lawrence V. McCourt, after whom the McCourt Street is named, and Samuel J. Geddes, postmaster from 1897 to 1903. They opened their general merchandise store in March 1897 on Railroad Avenue. The main builder in town erected a new structure with an iron front in 1898. Pictured fourth from left is Dave Drew, owner of the nearby meat market. McCourt and Geddes declared bankruptcy in December 1903. Okay. Now here is the saloon, which I believe is just right across the street from me, a couple of buildings down from the theater here. Joseph Schwartner left. Tends a bar in his Schley Saloon, formerly known as George Rom's Fashion Saloon. At one time, he painted it bright yellow. Prohibition forced him to turn it into a grocery store, which he ran until 1927. The first saloon known to be at this site was the Patagonia Saloon, run by James Waters. The Rextown Museum is now at this location. Yep, and that's that building right there. It's the Rextown Museum, guys. And here we have the Schwartner house. This house was built for Army officers in 1881. It was purchased by Joseph and Louise Schwartner in 1897. The inset shows their daughter Mary Minnie Nordhus, the first woman elected to the Willcox City Council, and their son Albert, a surveyor who lived in that house until 1983, deeded to the Sulphur Springs Valley Historical Society. The house and the outside kitchen have been restored. This is the building next to the Shortner House, which is just right across the street from the Speedway gas station. Soda House on Stewart Street was built by Dalo Smiths and sold by Edward Barron and his wife to Pablo and Amelia Soto in April 1884. This adobe structure was later used as a Dalen Ridge's accounting firm at Dr. Hadmeyer's office. Gladys Tucker lived in the home for many years. Okay, and here we have the John H. Norton built the store picture in 1883. Norton's stage line ran from Willcox to Fort Grant, where he operated a store from 1876, continuously operating the store. Continuously operating the store is now owned by the Seidel family, which right now the Seidel family don't own that place anymore, I don't believe. I'm not too sure on that. But yeah, there's the commercial. They had watermelon day right there, so a lot of people there with watermelons. Yeah, guys, it's pretty good history here. I'm just glad to share it with you guys. And we're just here at the end, which tomorrow I will come and show you the second part, chapter 2, and that would be tomorrow. The Parks Confectionery, owned by Harry and Laura Parks, was the first place in town to sell ice cream and the first to provide a circulating library. From left to right are Charlie Busenberg, Frank Tillotson, Harry Parks, Jess Moore, Joseph Buchanan, J.B. Parks. Harry Parks went on to own a tobacco and stationery store, a grocery store, and a curio shop, and survived as postmaster. And here we go, guys. This is pretty awesome right here. Cal Rogers, the first to complete a transcontinental flight, made his first landing in Arizona on October 31st, 1911, between Maley and Stewart Streets. School was let out, and people came from miles around to see the plane, as the 8 mechanics that followed Rogers by special train protected it from souvenir seekers. The flight was sponsored by Vin Fizz grape drink, which was served to all at Parks Confectionery. Vin Fizz grape drink. That is pretty cool, man. They didn't call it soda, they called it drink. Gotta have some of that purple stuff. And tomorrow we will be doing the Law and the Lawless, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this is the book that I checked out from the library. Oh yeah. Yeah, there will be a pop quiz. So you guys study up. No, just kidding, man. Yeah, I got this book at the library here, which is located right there on the corner of Maley and Curtis Street. But I really appreciate you guys coming in and sharing your time with me, and it really does mean a lot, guys. It does. Besides just doing cop watch, which is I'm pretty much used to that for now. They're pretty cool, and ain't nothing really happening right now, but it ain't gonna stop me from taking a look after I get done here. But I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to get my light because the sun is going down. And I just want to say thank you, everybody. Appreciate all of you. Yeah, man. I appreciate all of you guys, man. Got some 14 thumbs up, and tomorrow I'll try to make it a little less um, reedy. I'll put the picture in front of you guys, or if you guys want me to just read it out or whatever. But no, I like reading. You know, I haven't read I haven't read a book in a long time, to be honest. But tomorrow, yeah, it'll be yeah, yeah. You're right, man. Yeah, I'll just do it my way. But tomorrow we'll be doing the second part, which will be about the law here in Willcox, which you guys have already seen firsthand. You know how they are with me filming them, and just to check it out and how the law was back in the days, man. The old west. Whoa, son of a bitch! Fuck that! Ooh, fucking bumblebee, man. Shit. Damn. Oh, you're getting fucking scared for fucking bumblebee, man. But I appreciate you guys coming in. I'm glad you guys all hit that like button. If you didn't, make sure you did. And we'll be back here tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. This is Jose right out here in Willcox, man. Yeah. Yeah, Dillhole. Yeah. Fucking bumblebee, dude. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short, guys. Hey Ben, I appreciate you guys. Cheryl, McDonald, Dillhole, Big Tim. A lot of people in chat, man. Homeless in America. Um, Vinci Pataccio. Yeah. Druzy, everybody, and anybody else that I didn't mention. Thank you. I appreciate you guys, man. It's Jose, man. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one here. Peace, guys.